Thank you so much, Suzette. It's 8:15. Now, Misfit Manor Dog Rescue is an organization helping dogs with special needs find their forever homes. To learn more, we welcome veterinarian Dr. Janice Fisher of Maritime Veterinary Emergency and Specialty Care, and also her daughter, Liv Corrigan, is joining us this morning. And, of course, the guest of the hour, Marshall, who's behind the table. Maybe we could just pull
Here,
the
Marshall,
table
I can probably bring him up a little bit, too. There we
There
go,
we go.
Marshall.
There he is.
There's our little friend.
Okay. Great to have you in, Janice and Liv.
Thank you.
And Marshall is a very, very special dog with a special story. So Marshall is, a name was chosen for a reason. Why is this Marshall?
So this is Marshall because he came through my rehab at Maritime Veterinary Emergency and Specialty Center because he couldn't walk at that time. So he has deformed elbows. He was born that way. And so he was brought in to us to look for help to kind of get him up and moving again. So we wanted to call him Slim Shady because we needed him to please stand up. And then after living with Marshall for a little bit, because I opted to be his foster, we found that Marshall was a little dorkier than a cool rapper, and so we changed his name to Marshall.
Oh my gosh, I love the Eminem references. Well, there is so much love and care that goes into, well, obviously caring for the pets, but also the little write-ups when they're adoptable. The little write-ups are so clever. Oh my gosh, I'm going to find a write-up for a second. But in the meantime, Marshall you're a special, it's neat that you're a vet who specializes in rehabilitation, and you've done a lot of work with Slim/Marshall because he's walking around pretty well.
He is. Marshall actually gets around great right now. One of the reasons I opted to foster him was because when he was little, we really weren't sure how Marshall was going to do if he grew. If we didn't know how big he was going to be, and if he ended up really big and heavy, that was going to put a lot of strain on those elbows that already are so abnormal. His hips aren't great either. So we knew we had to keep him nice and light, and I wanted to see if he grew up, if he could stay comfortable. And so now he turned a year old, and he actually can be quite active in short bursts.
Yeah.
You know, Marshall likes to do exploring. He likes to go on walks, but he can go for about 20-25 minutes with a few rests in between. He really loves to swim, which is a great activity for him because it's low impact, and he absolutely loves it. So he can have an active lifestyle as long as it's always in moderation.
Okay.
And we still do some strengthening exercises with him because where he has so many challenges in the front end, we've got to keep his hind end really strong. So anybody that adopts Marshall will want to do some of those exercises and keep him at a really lean weight just so that he stays nice and comfortable.
Okay, wonderful. So, Liv, you are helping actually make Marshall feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Why do you recommend that people consider adopting a pet at Misfit Manor?
Marshall is great at making you feel better when you're really sad. He loves getting his chest rubbed, and it just makes him fall asleep super quick. Yes, he's just a really good companion animal. He's nice and active when you want him to be.
Yeah.
And he's just perfect for
It sounds like for the right family, Marshall would be a great pet. I mean, he's really, really cute, and he's coming along beautifully in this therapy. And I know you'd have to commit to it, but you'd be guided to it. And we will have a few other animals, photos of animals available at Misfit Manor. I know you do a lot of work with these people. Why are you so taken with their approach to rescuing animals?
I've always, as a veterinarian, loved working with Misfit Manor because they only take on pets that they are really ready to do everything for. So it is run completely by volunteers. There's nobody on salary, and so they need all of the fundraising that they do and all the great supporters that Misfit has, because that's how they make sure that these dogs get whatever care they want. So if they need surgery, if they need medical management, if they need rehab long-term, Misfit always makes sure that before they take on this pet, they are able to commit to it, both with a foster that's able to do all the work at home and bring them to their appointments, but also financially, that giving these pets everything that they need. So I've enjoyed working with Misfits and certainly plan on doing that in the future.
Wonderful. This is Marshall in the water. Yes, definitely. He's better in the water than most dogs I know.
He's amazing in the water. We swim him with our little Jack Russell Terrier, my friend's duck toller, and sometimes he's faster out there to get the ball than the duck toller is. So
well, he has the Adopt Me bandana on, and I know Marshall's looking for a home. There are a lot of dogs out there looking for a home, so if you're interested, we put the information about Misfit Manor on our website. But thank you both so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having us. It was great, and it's wonderful to be able to introduce Misfits to everybody and all the great work that they do.
For sure. Liv, thanks so much for coming in. And thanks for all the hard work you've done with Marshall. He's ready. He's ready for a loving home.
He is. He enjoys being with us, but he'll enjoy having a family that's completely committed to him.
Yeah, and he's good on TV.
He is good on
for
TV.
sure. All right. Oh, Marshall. Love you. All right, we put all the information about Misfit Manor on our website. Oh my gosh. Love it. We'll be right back right after this. Oh my goodness. What a good boy.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move